Welcome to the 2023 Maryland State Cup Draw. My name is Brad Roos, and I am again honored to serve as the Cup Director for this year's competition. We are coming to you today live from the brand new Focal Point Studios in Owens Mill. I would like to thank all of the coaches, managers, families, and especially the players for attending today's draw. Many people are responsible for assisting with the Maryland Cup each year, which includes MSYSA board members, staff, and a countless number of volunteers. Please let the MSYSA office know if you would like to assist at any point during the competition. Now let's meet some of the board members and staff who are helping with today's production of this draw. Online support. We have Sean Fleming, Patrick Fleming, and our Executive Director, Greg Smith. Social media coming directly from our house, Bree Nardone. Helping with the draw this year are our versions of Vanna White, Carrie Brimmer, and Jessica Hafer. And the production staff here at the beautiful facility of Marty Jenoff and the staff at Focal Point Productions. 2022 was another awesome year for Maryland Youth Soccer. We sent 32 teams to the NCS Eastern Regional Tournament, the second most number of teams in the East region. Highlights included the player progression green and FC Frederick teams advancing to the finals. But probably the most important one, the Liverpool Central FCIA. They were the last qualifier to the event, winning the U18 Girls Regional Championship. Congratulations to that team and to those players. This year, all rounds will be single elimination. While we know teams would prefer overwhelmingly to have a round-robin quarterfinal, we agreed to a recommendation from the State Referee Committee due to the extreme referee shortage that we would completely use single elimination this year. We are committed to bringing back the round-robin quarterfinal round and will evaluate each year with the assumption that we will return to that format as quickly as feasible. Now let's take a look at the list of this year's State Cup dates. Please look at this information carefully as far as the dates are concerned. As you can see, we have tried to put as many games on Sundays as possible. The play-in games, as you can see, for the U15 through U17 age groups, their play-in games will be held on 2 weekends in March, either the weekend of March 11th and 12th or March 18th and 19th. In the play-in rounds for the older boys, teams can host matches. Games must be held on artificial turf fields. Teams communicate with each other to confirm date and hopefully a home field. Please note that any team that loses in the play-in round can drop down and participate in the President's Cup as long as their play-in match has been completed by March 19th and the team does not play in either the National Conference Division I or the National League Pro. The play-in game for the 14U boys will be held on Sunday, April 2nd at the Soccerplex, and MSI will schedule that match. Looking again at the remainder of the State Cup dates, please note that this year, with the exception of the quarterfinal round, matches will be played primarily on Sundays this year. This will allow teams to schedule their league matches on Saturdays and to avoid any conflicts that would lead to a league cancellation. This last part was very important in the fact that you now will know, except for the quarterfinal matches, that they will be played on Sundays. The quarterfinal matches, which are the first 2 weekends in March, could be played on either Saturday or Sunday. Here is a look at the remainder of the State Cup dates. Please pay close attention to when schedule considerations are due online. So you can see here, as you can see here on the slides, we have the round of 16. For the girls was on April 16th. For the boys is April 23rd. For the girls' quarterfinal round, those will all be at the Soccerplex, and that will be on the first weekend of May 6th and 7th. The boys' quarterfinals will be the following weekend, May 13th and 14th. Those will all be at the Liberty Park, with the semifinals all on Sunday, May 21st, and the finals all on Sunday, June the 4th. Now let's look at a couple competition notes for this year. The referees are still paid in cash before every match by both teams. The registration fee includes the first game payment. Each additional game payment will cost $225 after the initial match. This year, that covers the field, it covers the field fees, it covers the trainers, it covers anything that we need as far as the infrastructure to host the weekend. The fees can be paid in the GOT Sports system where your account is located, where your team registered for the State Cup, with the exception of Central Play clubs who will be billed at the end of the Cup competition. Here is a look at the referee fees per team due this year paid before each match in cash. Please note when you're looking at these amounts, these are exactly the same amount from last year. So the fees did not change. I think all of us would recognize that the way things are nowadays, we find very few times when fees and numbers stay the same as far as the cost. So I thank the referee committee for allowing the cost to continue the same for this year. Now as we go back to the competition notes, please pay close attention, as I said earlier, to the schedule consideration form, to the closing dates to submit conflicts for each round, which could include coaching conflicts. Competition is on Sundays, with the exception of the quarterfinal weekends in May. My suggestion, as I said earlier, is to schedule league games on Saturday with cup games on Sunday. The check-in procedure will remain the same as last year's. The rosters will already be on the match report card. Only players who appear on the match report can participate in the game. No players may be added under any circumstance. Only the team manager or representative needs to check in at the headquarters tent 1 hour prior to the match. The home team will still serve as the field marshal. Each opposing team manager will check in all players and coaches on the field prior to the beginning of the match from the other team. The cards of any players who are not participating in the match must be left at the headquarters tent and picked up at the completion of the game. Wild cards for this year will be announced on April 17th. All runner-ups should be prepared to attend the regional tournament if given the opportunity. The other thing you should pay close attention to is the suspension list. Any player or coach who was red carded from their last National Championship Series match that they participated in must sit out the first Cup game of this year. This would include state, cup, regional, and national competition. Please check the list currently on the MSYSA website. As was the case last year, players sent off will remain on the bench unless deemed by the referee to be an issue, in which case they will be removed by an MSYSA representative. Suspended players can be present at the match, but cannot be in uniform and must stand on the spectator side opposite from the teams. Any team personnel, which would include coaches and/or spectators, are not permitted to be at the game site under any circumstance. We're now going to take a short break at this time and watch the video from the East Regional Tournament from last year in West Virginia.
It's been a great honor, and it's been very great to experience, and it's been good for us to be in these situations because we learn so much from these things, and it's been good.
I mean, the competition's the champions of the champions. It's the best of the best, so it's what you look for. There are no blowouts, and you hope you don't get blown out. Every game is a tight game, and that's what you want. It's not a league game, it's not a local game, it's the regional. It's from Maine to Virginia. So.
For them, it's an experience that they will never forget. It's their first year playing 11v11, and no one could take this away from them. So in terms of experience, this is something they will always remember. Even if they go to play college, pro, whatever, they will always remember their first year playing 11v11.
I mean, this whole experience has definitely brought us closer together. I mean, just the entire trip, hanging out with each other, it's been wonderful.
What an exciting competition from last year. And again, that's what all of our teams are striving to get to for this year. Welcome back. And now let's look at a couple of changes and reminders about several of the MSYSA State Cup rules. The next part is going to be very important, as these are the new changes to the National Championship Series. The State Cup is the beginning stage of the National Championship Series, which includes the regional tournament and the national championship. The National Committee has made several significant changes to the NCS policy this year, and I wanted to highlight the most important. First, there is no requirement for any age group to have played in a U.S. Youth sponsored league to be eligible for the State Cup competition. The only requirement is that the team is registered with MSYSA/US Youth. The league roster is no longer used to begin the State Cup National Championship roster process. The State Cup roster is used for the beginning of the series, and continuity is now 50% instead of 11 players from last year. That must be adhered to going from State Cup to regional tournament, and then from regional tournament to the national championship. The only exception to this new rule is the seeding process for Maryland State Cup. The 5-player transfer rule has been eliminated since the league roster is no longer used for this competition. For the regional tournament and national championship, a team may now add a total maximum of 2 players from another club whose team has been eliminated from the NCS and is not advancing through either the National Conference Qualifier or National League Pro. As was the case last year, there is no limit of club pass players to regional and national competition, as long as the continuity from the State Cup roster has been met, which is 50%. Now a couple important rule reminders. If a player is suspected of suffering a head injury, they may be substituted for evaluation without the substitution counting against the team's total number of allowed substitutions during each half or overtime period in the 15U through 19U age groups. Simply put, if a player receives clearance from the on-site trainer, they may re-enter the match, taking out the original substitute who came on for them. The temporary substitute can then re-enter as a regular substitution. Teams must have a substitute available, though, to make this change who has not entered the match. Leggings and undershirts, which sometimes have been a problem in the past. Simplified. The home team wears white and the visiting team wears either black or solid color of the uniform shirt and shorts. A reminder again, teams and players can only participate in one State Cup competition per year. That does not count the club pass players for regionals and nationals, and now the new 2 guest players. The winning team will submit the match report to State Cup representative after the game. Players on the approved roster, but not on the game roster, can be on the team bench, but not in uniform. The only exception is the suspended players are not allowed on the bench during the match. As with the leggings, we have simplified the uniforms. Home team will wear the light-colored jerseys and socks. The visiting team will wear contrasting dark-colored jerseys and socks. If there is a conflict between the light and the dark using this formula, then the home team will change. Again, it is always best for teams to bring both of their uniforms to the matches. All games this year that are tied will play full overtime periods to the conclusion, and then FIFA kicks from the penalty mark if the game remains tied. Like last year, no alcoholic beverages, no smoking, and maybe most important, no pets are permitted at any of the game sites. As far as substitutions, in the 12U through the 14U age groups, it is unlimited. For the 15U through the 19U age groups, they cannot return during that same half of play or overtime if they have been taken out of the match. And as always, an awards presentation will be held at the conclusion of each championship match, and both teams are required to attend. The state will retain the perpetual trophy, but the teams will be presented medals and a coaching plaque. Now let's talk about rosters. Regarding the official State Cup roster, as I said previously, the National Championship Series is a 3-part competition where the State Cup competition, in regards to roster-free dates, begins at the round of 16. The freeze date for the girls' teams this year will be April 12th, and the boys' roster freeze date will be April 19th. For the play-in games, we will use the State Cup roster in the GOT Sports system, but teams that advance to the round of 16 will still be able to make changes until the freeze date as long as they follow the player eligibility rules. As was the case last year, the State Cup rosters will be cloned by the state office from your 2022-2023 MSYSA official travel roster. Please contact your club administrator to confirm that your official roster is correct. Only primary players are cloned to the State Cup roster. That's very important. Total maximum roster for 13U through 19U is 22 players. 12U maximum is 16 players. Boys 15 through 18U will be cloned on March the 6th, and girls 12U through 18U, along with boys 12U through 14U, will be cloned no later than March 27th. The only change for the process this year will be teams will need to submit a support ticket so that we can track roster accurately when your team is ready for approval or if you have a need to submit questions concerning the process. Jessica Hafer, the great MSYSA registrar, will assist with the State Cup roster process if there are any questions. Now here's one of the most exciting new items for this year, which is that we are offering sponsorship opportunities. So this year, MSYSA is providing the opportunity for businesses to become Cup sponsors. Well, you may not know, but this is the largest competition that includes just Maryland and the District of Columbia teams. The direct audience footprint is impressive for businesses, with a connection to Maryland and DC to reach 350 teams, 5,600 players, 2,000 officials, and 15,000 spectators for our competition. There are two categories for sponsorship: principal name sponsor or individual round sponsors. Benefits include, but not limited to, advertisement of logo on all MSYSA Cup sites, including the website and social media, the corporate name used in signage and in printed material, promotional materials, set up booths at fields or headquarters where matches are being played, signage at all of the Cup fields, access to Cup social media sites, sponsors' name on awards, and champion t-shirts for players to wear at the regional tournament, just like the one I'm wearing today. For more information, please contact me and I will provide additional information. As I said before, this is a unique, awesome opportunity for businesses in Maryland and Washington, D.C. to really reach out to the constituents right in our state. Now let's take one final break before the actual draw and look at last year's National Championship Finals at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, at this point, all the teams are amazing. They all have great ball skill. They can all, anyone can beat any other team at this point. So it was really great to play amazing competition. So it was really fun.
These players bleed blue and white, which is our colors of our club and our team, and they have soccer in their soul.
Yeah, we play against the West Virginia teams here and the Baltimore teams that we're familiar with. They're all pretty good competition, so we always look forward to coming here and playing, getting ready to win and get to nationals.
Thanks again to Youth Soccer League for bringing us down here, for letting us play against different competitions from all over, do you know what I mean? Massive achievement, and it's a great place for the girls to grow in and continue to develop in, so thank you so much.
As you can see, we had a production issue there. That was actually from the President's Cup from this past year at West Virginia. But now let's continue and let's get into the main portion of the program that everyone has been waiting for, the individual age group draws. Please remember that there is a possibility of 4 seeded teams from the previous year: the champion, the runner-up, and the semifinalists, but that team must have at least 50% returning players to the official travel roster from last year's State Cup roster. We are going to begin today with the 12U girls. There are 9 teams in this particular age group, and there are no seeded teams since this is a new group to State Cup. As you can see here, Here are the dates that the games will be played, and all matches for the 12U girls will be played at the Soccerplex. And now let's go to Carrie and Jess. We'll draw.
Yeah, definitely will need these glasses. All right. It is going to be Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2011 Pre-Academy. Maryland Rush 11G Girls. And in third position is going to be Copper Mine Soccer Club West 2011 Premier 1 Girls. In fourth, it is Arundel Soccer Association Azuri 2011 G. And for fifth position, it is Greater Severna Park Athletic Association 11G Green. In sixth, it is Bethesda Soccer Club E1 2011. For seventh, it is Baltimore Celtic Soccer Club 2011 G Pre-Academy. In eighth, it is FCUSA Soccer Club 2011 G. And then in ninth, it is Bethesda Soccer Club E2 2011 Girls.
So, as we take a look at the bracket in just a second, please note that FC USA and Bethesda E2 will begin the competition on Sunday, April 16th at the Soccerplex in a match to see who advances to the quarterfinals with the other 7 teams. As you can see again, except for the quarterfinals, all of these matches will be played on Sundays. So again, here is what the bracket looks like as far as the teams for the 12U girls. Now let's move to the 12U boys, where there are 11 teams this year. Again, since this is the beginning of the State Cup competition, no, there will be no seeded teams for this age group. Again, as you can see, all of the matches for the 12U boys will be played at the Soccerplex. Again, the round of 16, the competition begins on Sunday, April 23rd, with the quarterfinals the first weekend in May, and then the semifinals and finals. Now let's go back and we'll have the draw for the 12U boys.
Okay. For first, it is Rockville Only Soccer Academy Legends, so Rosa Legends 2011 Red Boys. In second, it's Tacoma Park Soccer Club, Tacoma Dreamers River 2011 Boys. In third position, it is Paragon Football Academy, Paragon Football Academy 11B Elite. And in fourth position, it is Greater Severna Park 11B green. In fifth position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Academy 1, 2011 boys. In sixth position, it is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Boys 2011 Pre-Academy. In seventh, it's Potomac Soccer Association, Potomac Premier 111B. In eighth position, it is St. Mary's Soccer, SMS Arsenal Premier 2011B. In ninth position, it is Coppermine Soccer Club, Coppermine SC Boys 2011 Premier 1. In 10th position, it is Old Line Football Club, OLFC Boys 2011 Black. And then in 11th position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Orange 2011 boys.
So as you can see here, for the round of 16, seeds 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 will play on Sunday, April 23rd at the Soccerplex. The winners of those 3 matches, along with the other 5 teams drawn, will then advance to the quarterfinals on the weekend of May 6th and 7th. Please note that the boys U12 are being played at the Soccerplex, and their quarterfinal weekend is the same as the girls' quarterfinal weekend, since that's the date that we have available at the Soccerplex. Now when we get a chance, let's look at the bracket for the boys U12. Note that St. Mary's Arsenal Premier will play Coppermine Premier 1 in the first round of 16. Potomac Premier 1 will play Old Line Boys, the 10th seed Black, in the second round of 16. And then the third will be SAC Boys Pre-Academy versus Bethesda Orange. The winners of those games, along with Rockville, Severna Park, Bethesda Academy, Tacoma Dreamers, and Paragon, will advance to the quarterfinals, which again is going to be the first weekend in May. Please make sure you make a note of that change. Now we're moving on to the 13U girls age group. There are 11 teams in this particular age group. There's one team that met continuity, which is Player Progression Green from last year. As you can see from this particular note, they will play some of their matches at the new Liberty Park complex in Prince George's County, and some will be played at the Soccerplex depending upon the round. And now let's go to the 13U girls and take a look at the teams that are being drawn into that bracket, starting with seed number 2.
Okay. In second position, it is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2010 Pre-Academy. In third position, it is Calvert Soccer Association, CSA Galaxy 10G. In fourth position, it is Potomac Soccer Association, Premier 1 10G. In fifth position, it is FC Frederick, 10 girls. In sixth position, it is Maryland Rush Montgomery, MRM Blue, 10G, Warriors Diaz. In seventh position, it is Greater Severna Park Athletic Association, Severna Park 10G, Green United. And in ninth position, it is Baltimore Bays Soccer Club, Baltimore Bays 2010 Pride Girls. In 10th position, it's Maryland Rush 10G. In 11th position, I think it's 11th, okay. Baltimore Union Soccer Club, Baltimore Union Elite 10G. And in the 12th position, it is Maryland Independent, the Soccer Factory 2010G.
Okay, again, there are 11 teams in this particular age group. Again, just like the boys, U12, the first through fifth seeded teams will have a bye into the quarterfinals, which is the first weekend at the Soccerplex. The seeds 6 through 11 will have the quarterfinal the round of 16 match on Sunday, April 16th at Liberty Park. So now let's take a look at the bracket. For the round of 16, the Baltimore Bays Pride Girls will play Maryland Rush 10U. Then in the second round of 16 match, Severna Park Green United will be against Baltimore Union Elite. And in the third and final round of 16 match, MRM Blue Warriors Diaz will go up against the Soccer Factory. As you can see here, the PPA Green, which was seeded, Potomac Premier, FC Frederick, SAC Girls Pre-Academy, and the Calvert Galaxy, 10 girls, will now then play in the quarterfinals on the first weekend in May. So now let's go to the 13U boys. In this particular age group, we have 16 teams. So all teams will participate in the round of 16 on Sunday, April 23rd at Liberty Park. Player progression, green, as they were for the girls, is seeded first. SAC Pre-Academy did not meet continuity and so are not seeded for this particular draw. So now we're going to move to the draw for the 13U boys, starting with the second seed.
So in second position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Green, 2010. In third position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys, 2010 Pre-Academy. In fourth In fourth position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 2010 boys. In fifth position, it is Laurel Soccer Club, Laurel Lions White 2010 boys. In sixth position, it is Coppermine Soccer Club, Coppermine SC Boys 2010 Premier. In seventh position, it is Elevate Soccer Academy, ESA 2010 Boys. In eighth position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Blue 2010. In ninth position, it is Potomac Soccer Association, Potomac Premier 1 2010 boys. In 10th position, it is Go Premier Soccer, Go Premier Soccer 2010 Black. In 11th position, it is Yoga Football Club, Yoga 2010 Boys. In 12th position, it is FC Charles 1658, FC Charles 2010 Boys Red. In 13th position, it is Baltimore Union Soccer Club, Baltimore Union 2010 Boys Elite. In 14th position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2010 Premier Blue. In 15th position, it is Fuentes Soccer Academy, FSA Dragons 2010 Boys. And position, it is Next Level Soccer, Next Level Ajax 2010 White.
So that concludes the draw for the 13U boys. Please note again, all 16 teams will play the round of 16 on Sunday, April 23rd at the new Liberty Park in Prince George's County. As we see this now, let's take a look and see what the bracket looks like. There are some great matchups in the round of 16. So PPA Green is the first seed. Will play Next Level Ajax. Bethesda Blue in a Montgomery County derby will play Potomac Premier. FC Frederick will be against Baltimore Union Elite. And in the bottom of that side of the bracket, Laurel Lions will be against FC Charles. On the other side of the bracket, the second seed, Bethesda Green, will take on the Dragons. ESA will take on Go Premier Soccer Black. SAC Boys Pre-Academy will be against SAC Boys Premier Blue in an all-inter-club match. And the final match for the round of 16, the Coppermine Boys Premier will go against Yoga. The winners of each one of those matches will then advance to the quarterfinals the second weekend in May. Now let's move on to the 14U girls. There are 12 teams in this particular age group, and all 4 teams from last year met continuity. The first seed will be Coppermine Elite 64. The second seed, a club that we've seen a few times here now, Player Progression Green. The third seed is Baltimore Union Elite. And the final, or the fourth seed, is Southern Maryland Rush Blue. So with the 14 girls, we will begin with the fifth seed.
So in fifth position is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2009 Pre-Academy. In sixth position, it is Matrix Soccer Academy, Matrix Mystique 09. In seventh position, it is Bayshore Soccer Club, Bayshore Rain Girls. In eighth position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 2009 Girls. In ninth position, it is Maryland Rush Montgomery, MRM Blue 2009G Warriors Rachman. Are we on 10? In 10th position, it is Salisbury United Soccer Club, Salisbury United SC 2009 Elite Girls. In 11th position, it is Copper Mine Soccer Club, Copper Mine North Girls 2009 Premier 1. And in 12th position, it is Broussa United Football Club, Broussa 2009 Girls.
Draw for the 14U girls. As you can see, when the bracket comes up, the top four seeds will automatically advance into the quarterfinal round the first weekend in May at the Soccerplex. The remaining teams will begin on April 16th at Liberty Park. Those matchups include FC Frederick versus Maryland Rush Montgomery Blue, the SAC Girls Pre-Academy versus the Brazza. The second matchup in the round of 16, Bayshore Rain, a new addition to this year's competition, against Salisbury United. And the last round of 16 matchup, the Matrix Mystic will play against the Copper Mine North Girls Premier Team, who last year won our President's Cup. Now we'll move on to the 14U boys, where we have 18 teams. This will be the first age group where we have play-in games, which will be on Sunday, April 2nd at the Soccerplex. Please note there are 3 teams that will be seeded in this year's competition. The first seed will be Player Progression Green. The second seed, FC Frederick, and Total Football Gold will be the third seeded team. And now let's go on with the draw for the 14U boys.
Okay, in fourth position, it is Laurel Soccer Club, Laurel Lions White 2009. In fifth position, it is Tacoma Park Soccer Club, Tacoma Sport for Life Blue 2009. In sixth position, It's Arundel Soccer Association, ASA Juventus Elite 2009. In 7th position, it is Cerritos CSA 2009. In 8th position, it is Real Elite FC, Real Elite 2009 Boys Blue. This is 9th position. In 9th position, it is Greater Severna Park Athletic Association, Severna Park 09B Green. In 10th position, it is Browser United Football Club, Browser 2009 Blue. In 11th position, it is DC Soccer Club, DCSC Blue Metros 2009. In 12th position, St. Mary's Soccer, SMS 2009 Gunners Premier. In 13th position, it is Next Level Soccer Limited, Next Level Ajax 2009 White. In 14th position, it is Maryland Rush, DFC 2009 B Blue Lanedas. In 15th position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Blue 2009. In 16th position, it is Pachuca Football Club USA, Pachuca FC USA Dragons 2009. In 17th position, it is FC USA Soccer Club, FC USA 2009 Blue. And in 18th position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2009 Pre-Academy.
So that concludes the draw for the 14U boys. Seeds 1 through 14 will advance automatically to the round of 16 on Sunday, April 23rd at Liberty Park. Seeds 15, 16, 17, and 18 will begin the play-in round on Sunday, April the 2nd at the Soccerplex. Now let's take a look at the bracket for this age group. Again, the play-in round on Sunday, April the 2nd will be Pachuca Dragons versus FC USA Blue. And in the other play-in round matchup, Bethesda Blue will be going up against SAC Boys Pre-Academy. You can see here the rest of the bracket, the other 14 teams will automatically advance to the round of 16 on April 23rd. Now we move on to the 15U girls. In this particular age group, we have 13 teams. In this age group, we have 3 teams that met the continuity rule for seeding. Seed number 1 will be FC Frederick, who are the returning champions and the runner-up regional champions. The second seed will be Southern Maryland Rush, the Kraken. And the third seed will be Next Level Athena white. So we start with the 15U girls, and we will start with seed number 4.
In 4th position, it is Only Boys and Girls Club Community Sports Association, OBGC Impact Blue 2008. In 5th position, it is Maryland Rush 2008G. In 6th position, it is Liverpool FC International Academy, Liverpool FCIA Central Maryland 2008 Girls. In 7th position, it is Potomac Soccer Association, Potomac Premier 1, 08 Girls. In 8th position, it is Maryland Rush Montgomery, MRM Blue, 08G Kurtz. In 9th position, it is A3 Soccer, A3 Oxford, 08G. In 10th position, it is DC Soccer Club, DCSC Blue Metros 08G. In 11th position, it is Ellicott City Soccer Club, Ellicott City 2008 Girls Black. In 12th position, it is Baltimore Union Soccer Club, Baltimore Union Elite 08G. In 13th position, it is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2008 Pre-Academy.
That concludes the draw for the 15U girls. The top 3 teams, which were all seeded, will advance automatically to the quarterfinals the first weekend in May, which is 6th and 7th at the Soccerplex. The remaining teams will play in the round of 16 on Sunday, April 16th at Liberty Park. And now let's take a look at the matchups for that round of 16. First of all, we have Maryland Rush Montgomery Blue, Kurtz, will be going up against A3 Oxford. In the second matchup, Albany Boys and Girls Club Impact Blue will square off against SAC Pre-Academy. And in the final round of 16 match on that side of the bracket, Maryland Rush will be playing against Baltimore Union Elite. On the other side of the bracket in the round of 16, Potomac Premier 1 will be going up against DC Blue Metros. And in the final matchup, Liverpool FCIA Central will go against Ellicott City Black. And again, the winners of those matches will then advance on to the quarterfinal round. And now let's move on to the 15U boys. They have 17 teams in this age group. So the 16th and 17th seeded teams will be in the play-in match either the weekend of March 11th and 12th or 18th and 19th. And those 2 teams will schedule and send that information to me as far as when that game will be played. There are 2 seeded teams back from this particular age group. Seed number 1 will be FC Frederick, and the second seeded team will be Liverpool FCIA Central. Just to make a note, the Coppermine Premier did not meet continuity for this particular age group. So now we go on to the draw for 15U boys, starting with seed number 3.
In third position, it is Browser United Football Club, Browser 08 Blue. In fourth position, it is Matrix Soccer Academy, Matrix Mavens 08. In fifth position, it is Baltimore Crew FC 08 Boys. In sixth position, it is the Player Progression Academy, PPA 2008 Green Boys. In seventh position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2008 Pre-Academy. In eighth position, it is Laurel Soccer Club, Laurel Lions White 2008. In ninth position, it is World Class Premier 2008 Boys Blue. In 10th position, it is Baltimore Celtic Soccer Club, Baltimore Celtic 2008 B Green Sporer. In 11th position, it is Potomac Soccer Association, Potomac Premier 108B. In 12th position, it is St. Mary's Soccer, SMS 2008 Strikers, Red Premier. In 13th position, it is Coppermine Soccer Club, Coppermine SC Boys 2008 Premier. In 14th position, it is Potomac Soccer Association, Potomac Premier 208B. In 15th position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Blue 2008. In 16th position, it is DC Soccer Club, DCSC Blue Metros 2008. And in 17th position, it is Thunder Soccer Club of Howard County, TSC Rangers.
So that concludes the 15U boys brackets. So seeds 1 through 15 will automatically advance to the round of 16, Sunday, April 23rd at Liberty Park. Seeds number 16, DC Soccer Blue Metros, and Thunder will play a play-in round on a weekend in March, either the 11th or 12th or 18th and 19th at one of their home fields. Now let's take a look at the whole bracket. As you can see, for the 15 boys, DC's Metro Blue Metros and the Thunder Rangers, the winner of that game will play FC Frederick in the round of 16. On that side of the bracket, Laurel Lions will be up against World Class Premier Blue. The Matrix Mavens will play Coppermine Boys Premier. And in the final game of that side of the bracket, the Baltimore Crew will be going up against St. Mary's Strikers Red Premier. On the other side of the bracket, the second seed Liverpool Central will match up against Bethesda Blue. The second match will have Sac Boys Pre-Academy versus Baltimore Celtic Green. Brazza Blue will match up against Potomac Premier number 2. And again, in a very close derby, PPA Green will be up against the Potomac Premier number 1. That's the final round of 16 match for 15U boys. Now we move on to 16U girls. There are 8 teams. All 8 teams will be playing in the quarterfinals on the weekend of May 6th and 7th, and all of their matches will be played at the Soccerplex. Out of the 8 teams, there are 2 teams seeded. The defending champions, FCGB, will be seeded number 1, and Coppermine Elite 64 will be the second seed for the quarterfinal matches. And now let's do the draw for the 16U girls, starting with seed number 3.
In third position, it is Baltimore Celtic Soccer Club, Baltimore Celtic 2007G Green Scarf. In fourth position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 2007 Girls. In fifth position, it is St. Mary's Soccer, SMS 2007 Spirit. In sixth position, it is Maryland Rush, Southern Maryland Rush 07G. In seventh position, it is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2007 Pre-Academy. And in eighth position, it is A3 Soccer, A3 Rangers 07G.
Completes the 16U girls draw for the 8 teams. Again, all 8 teams will begin the State Cup on the first weekend in May at the Soccerplex. And again, remembering for quarterfinal matches, those games could be either Saturday or Sunday, so make sure you fill out a scheduling conflict form or consideration form if you have one day over the other that needs to be played. And now let's look at the matchups for the quarterfinals in the 16U girls. The defending champions, FCGB, will be going up against the A3 Rangers. And on that side of the bracket, the other quarterfinal matchup is FC Frederick versus St. Mary's Spirit, who are the defending President's Cup champions, moving up to State Cup for this year. Coppermine Girls Elite 64 will be up against SAC Girls Pre-Academy in one quarterfinal match on that side, and the other is Baltimore Celtic Green will be going up against Southern Maryland Rush 07. And now we move on to the 16U boys, which is one of our larger divisions, which has 19 teams in their particular bracket. Again, it is important to remember that there will be 3 games from this particular age group that will have play-in round games on one of the 2 weekends in March. The teams will need to work it out with each other to see which date will work and if they can provide a location. Then the other teams, along with the play-in round winners, will advance to the round of 16 on Sunday, April 23rd at the Soccerplex. We have all 4 teams returning this year, and they met continuity. The first seed is the defending champion, Potomac Premier. The second seed is the defending runner-ups, the Touch Kings Elite. The third seed will be Freedom Storm, and the fourth seed will be the DC Blue Metros. And now let's go on to the U16 boys draw. We will start with seed number 5.
Okay, in 5th position, Total Football Club, Total Football DVP White. In 6th position, Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2007, Premier Bleu. In 7th position, it is Maryland Rush Montgomery, MRM Blue 07B, Revolution, Quisquiné. Oh my God. In 8th position, it is Coppermine Soccer Club, Coppermine SC Boys, 2007 Premier. In 9th position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2007 Pre-Academy. In 10th position, it is St. Mary's Soccer, SMS 2007 Sting Premier. In 11th position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Blue 2007. In 12th position, it is Columbia Soccer Club, CSC Sparta Black EDP. In 13th position, it is Real Elite FC, Real Elite 2007 Boys Blue. In 14th position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 2007 Boys. In 15th position, it's Browser United Football Club, Browser 07 Blue. In 16th position, it is Old Line Football Club, Old Line FC United. In 17th position, it is Go Premier Soccer, Go Premier Soccer 07 Black. In 18th position, it is Only Boys and Girls Club, Community Sports Association, OBGC Rangers, Blue 2007. And then in 19th position, it is Rockville Soccer Club, Rockville Soccer Club 2007B.
So that includes the 16U boys draw of 19 teams. The 1st through 13th seed will advance to the round of 16 on Sunday, April 23rd at the Soccerplex. Seeds 14 through 19 will then play in the play-in round during March, either the second or third weekend in March. So now let's look at the matchups for this exciting age group. First of all, the games that will be the play-in rounds where the teams will have to schedule them. On one side of the bracket, Old Line United will go up against Go Premier Black. On the other side of the bracket, Brazza Blue will play Alney Boys and Girls Club Rangers Blue in one play-in game. And the second play-in game will be FC Frederick versus Rockville Soccer Club. Those teams, the winner of those games, plus the remaining teams in the bracket, will then be in the round of 16 on April 23rd. Now we move on to the 17U girls. In this particular bracket, we have 10 teams. We have 2 teams that are seeded. FCGB will be the number 1 seed, and the other team that reached continuity, the A3 Royals, will be seeded number 2. And now, let's go to the draw for the 17U girls.
In third position, Harendale Youth Sports League, HES Black Flames, Select Silver 2006. In fourth position, it is FC Frederick, FCS F 2006 Girls. In fifth position, it is Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2006 Pre-Academy. In sixth position, it is Brazza United Football Club, Brazza 06 Girls. In seventh position, it is Maryland Rush Montgomery, MRM Blue 06G Rowdies Kurds. In eighth position, it is Greater Severna Park Athletic Association, Severna Park 0607G Green United. In ninth position, it is Baltimore Celtic Soccer Club, Baltimore Celtic 2006G Green Scarf. And in 10th position, it is Hartford FC United, HFC United 2006 Girls Premier.
So that concludes the 17U girls draw. Again, seeds 1 through 6 will automatically advance to the quarterfinals, which will be the first weekend in May 6th or 7th. Seeds 7 through 10 will play in the round of 16 on Sunday, April 16th at the Soccerplex. And now let's take a look at the bracket for the 17 girls. As you can see in the round of 16, Severna Park Green United will be playing against Baltimore Celtic Green in the first round of 16 game. The second round of 16 game will be Maryland Rush Montgomery Blue Rowdies versus Hartford United Girls Premier. Those teams will advance to play the first and second seeds. The other quarterfinal matches will be FC Frederick versus SAC Pre-Academy and the Black Flames versus Brazza Girls. And now we move on to the 17U boys. This particular bracket has 21 teams, our largest bracket for this year's competition. We will have teams that will play in the play-in rounds during March that will need to schedule with each other. And then we have the round of 16 on April 23rd at the Soccerplex. There are 2 teams that met continuity and will be seeded. The first seed will be Potomac Blue. The second seed is Bethesda Blue, 2 neighboring clubs. FC USA Blue did not meet continuity and are not seeded. So for this large age group, we will begin with the 3rd seed for the 17 boys.
In third position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 06 boys. In fourth position, it is Total Football Club, Total Football 2006 gold. In fifth position, it is Old Line Football Club, Old Line FC Boys 2006 black. In sixth position, Aspen Hill Soccer Club, Aspen Hill SC 06 national. In seventh position, it's Barcelona USA MD, Barcelona USA Western 06. In eighth position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2006 Pre-Academy. In ninth position, it is Calvert Soccer Association, CSA United 06B. In 10th position, it is DC Soccer Club, DCSC Blue Metros 06. In 11th position, it is FCGB Center of Excellence, FCGB Hydro 06 boys. In 12th position, it is Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy, Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy 2006B. In 13th position, it is Browser United Football Club, Browser 06 blue. In 14th position, it is Baltimore Bays Soccer Club, Baltimore Bays 2006 Blues boys. In 15th position, it is Washington Capital United, WCU 06B blue. In 16th position, it is Baltimore Celtic Soccer Club, Baltimore Celtic, Celtic FC USA 2006. And in 17th position, it is Coppermine Soccer Club, Coppermine SC Boys 2006 Premier. In 18th position, it is Columbia Soccer Club, CSC Sparta Black NL. In 19th position, it is Next Level Soccer Limited, Next Level Ajax 06 white. In 20th position, it is FC Millennium International, FC Millennium Milan. And in 21st position, it is Liverpool FC International Academy Maryland, Liverpool FCIA Central Maryland 2006 boys.
And that concludes the draw for the 17U boys, our largest age group this year at 21 teams. Seeds 1 through 11 will advance to the round of 16, which is held Sunday, April 23rd at the Soccerplex. Rounds 12 through 21 will be participating in the play-in matches either the weekend of March 11th and 12th or 18th and 19th. And again, those teams will communicate with each other to come up with a date, hopefully a location that they would like that match to be played on an artificial turf field. And now here are the matchups. In particular, let's take a look at the play-in games that have to be played in March. The first one, Baltimore Celtic, FC USA, will be going up against Coppermine Boys Premier. The second round of 16, Brazza Blue, will play FC Millennium Milan. And the third play-in game from that side of the bracket, the Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy will be going up against the Liverpool FC Central Maryland team. On the other side of the bracket, Washington Capital Blue will go up against Columbia Sparta Black, the winner of that game, to compete against Bethesda Blue in the round of 16. In the final play-in match, who will go up against FC Frederick, the final play-in match has the Baltimore Bays playing against next level Ajax White. So that is the draw for the 17U boys. We have 2 left as we move forward. Now we go to the 18U girls. In this particular bracket, we have 7 teams. For that, we have 1 team that is seeded from last year, which is the Bowie Elite. The Bowie Elite will automatically advance to the semifinals on Sunday, May 21st. And as you can see here, all of these matches in 18 girls will be played at the Soccerplex. The other 6 teams will participate in the quarterfinals on the first weekend of May 6th and 7th at the Soccerplex. So now let's go to the 18U girls draw, where we begin with seed number 2.
In second position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 05 Girls. In third position, it's Soccer Association of Columbia, SAC Girls 2005 Pre-Academy. In fourth position, it is Toca Juniors FC, Toca Juniors FC Mystics 2005 Girls. In fifth position, it is Liverpool FC International Academy Maryland, Liverpool FCIA Central Maryland 2005 Girls. In sixth position, it is World Class Premier 2005 Girls. And in seventh position, it is FCGB Center of Excellence, FCGB COE 05.
So that includes the 18U girls draw with the 7 teams. And while not our largest group, some very good teams are located in this particular bracket. So now let's look at the quarterfinal matchups. First, on the one side, Toca Juniors Mystics will be going up against Liverpool FCIA Central. The winner of that match will play Bowie in the semifinals. On the other side of the bracket, FC Frederick will play against FCGB in one quarterfinal match. The other quarterfinal match pits SAC Girls Pre-Academy versus World Class Premier. The winner of those 2 matches will then advance to the semifinals. And now we move on to our last age group for the draw for today. This is the 18U boys, arguably one of our strongest age groups over the past several years. This year we have 14 teams vying for this prestigious championship. We have all 4 teams returning from last year to be seeded. Free State Aspen Hill Blue is the defending champions, and they will be the first seed. Potomac Blue is the runner-ups from last year, and they are the second seed. The third seed, one of the semifinalists, will be Ellicott City Black, and the fourth seed will be Alliance Warriors. So for this particular age group, which will start in the round of 16, April 23rd at Soccerplex, we begin with seed number 5.
In fifth position, it is Next Level Soccer Limited, Next Level Ajax 05 White. In sixth position, it is Soccer Association of Colombia, SAC Boys 2005 Pre-Academy. In seventh position, it is Bethesda Soccer Club, Bethesda Blue 2005. In eighth position, it is World Class Premier 2005 Boys. In ninth position, it is Liverpool FC International Academy Maryland, Liverpool FCIA Central Maryland 2005 Boys. In 10th position, it is Ellicott City Soccer Club, Ellicott City 2005 Boys Silver. In 11th position, it is FC Frederick, FCF 05 Boys. In 12th position, it is Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy, Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy 2005B Galaxy. In 13th position, it is Laurel Soccer Club, Laurel Lions 2005. In 14th position, it is Browser United Football Club, Browser 05 Blue.
And that concludes the U-18 boys draw. The top two seeds, which is Aspen Hill Free State Blue and Potomac Blue, will automatically move on to the quarterfinal round at Liberty Park the second week in May. The other 12 teams will advance or will begin play the round of 16 Sunday, April 23rd at the Soccerplex. Let's look at those matchups again as we're just drawn. World Class Premier in the first round of 16 will play Liverpool FCI Central. The winner will play Free State Soccer Academy. In the bottom of the bracket, Alliance Warriors will match up against the Laurel Lions. And in another round of 16 game, Next Level Ajax will be competing against the Maryland Bobcats Youth Academy. On the other side of the bracket, Bethesda Blue will match up against Ellicott City Boys Silver. The winner of that match will play the second seed Potomac Blue in the quarterfinals. In the bottom part of the bracket, Ellicott City Boys Black will be going up against Brasa Blue, and SAC Boys Pre-Academy will play against FC Frederick. The winners of those two matches will then go and play in the quarterfinal match as usual. That concludes our draw for today. Let's look next at the regional and national championship dates and locations. The regional tournament this year will be held in Loudon, Virginia at the brand new Hanson and Bolin Park venues from June 23rd through the finals on June 29th. This is certainly exciting for the Maryland representatives since most, if not all, Maryland teams will be able to stay at home and drive to the event. The National Championships return and will be again held at the Disney Wild World of Sports in Orlando, Florida from July 17th through the 23rd. Just a reminder that the U-19 girls and boys application deadline is Tuesday, April 11th, and their draw will be held on Wednesday, April 19th on Zoom. Thanks for watching today's program, and good luck to all of the Maryland teams in this year's exciting competition.